2, 3, come on!
Come on, come on.
Okay, now let's go to factoring sum or difference of two cubes. So the sum and difference of two cubes have these factors. So remember this. So for sum, a cube plus b cube is equal to the quantity a plus b times the quantity a squared minus ab plus b squared. And for the difference, a cube minus b cube is equal to the quantity a minus b times the quantity a squared plus ab plus b squared. So notice that the factors are one binomial and one trinomial. So let's have these examples. Okay, so let's have another example. So pag sasagot kayo ng ganito, ng sum or difference of two cubes, tandaan nyo lang yung formula. So dito, sum to. So this is a cube plus b cube is equal to, so a, so kakopy nyo lang to, so plus b times the quantity, so squared nyo to, yung first term, and then multiply yung first saka second, so ab, and then yung last term, squared mo siya. Ngayon, para matandaan mo to, yung operation, so copy, and then yung opposite niya, and then plus. Laging addition yung nasa dulo. So ngayon, hanapin ngayon natin yung value ni a tsaka ni b. So kunin natin yung cube root ni m cube. So cube root ni m cube at yung cube root ni 125. So ang cube root ni m cube ay m, and then ang cube root ng 125 is 5. And then substitute na ngayon natin siya. So magiging, so m plus 5 times the quantity, so squared mo yung first term, so m squared, then minus, so ab, so m times 5, 5m, plus, so yung squared ng second term, 25. So ito na ngayon yung sagot natin. So again, so copy, opposite, and then addition. So tandaan nyo lang siya. So pag minus naman to, so copy, so minus, and then ito ay plus, and then addition ulit siya. So ganun lang. So let's have another example dun sa susunod. Okay? So let's answer number 1, a cube minus 8. So first thing is, kunin natin yung cube root ng first term at yung cube root ni second term. So cube root of a cube is a, and then cube root of 8 is equal to 2. Now, using the formula, so a cube minus b cube is equal to a minus b times the quantity a squared plus ab plus b squared. Okay? So by substitution, so ang value ng a natin is a, minus value of b is 2. Then a squared, so ang value ng a natin is a squared plus a times value of b, 2, plus 2 squared. Our final answer now will be a minus 2 times a squared plus 2a plus 4. So this will be our factor. So let's have number 2, 27x cubed minus 8. So get the cube root of the first term and then the cube root of the second term. So our first term is 3x, and our second term is 2. So using the formula, so a minus b times the quantity a squared plus ab plus b squared. So by substitution, our value of a is 3x, so this is 3x minus our b is 2 times value of a, so that is 3x. So 3x squared plus a is 3x times b, which is 2, plus b is 2 squared. So simplify, so 3x minus 2 times, so 3x squared, so that is 9x squared, plus 3x times 2, 6x, plus 2 times 2, so that is 4. So our factor now is 3x minus 2 times the quantity 9x squared plus 6x plus 4. Now, let's proceed to factoring perfect square trinomial. Perfect square trinomial are simply a square of a binomial, wherein there are characteristics that would help us to determine if the given trinomial is a perfect square or not. So the first one is the first and the third terms must be both positive and must be squared. Number 2, the middle term is twice the product of the square root of the first and the third term. So to factor a perfect square trinomial, get the square roots of the squared terms, then express them as a square of a binomial following the sign of the middle term of the given trinomial. We know that when we square a binomial, a perfect square trinomial is produced. So let's have these examples. Are the following expressions a perfect square trinomials? So if yes, let's factor this. Number 1, a squared minus 4a minus 4. So let's check if this trinomial is a perfect square trinomial. So let's check the first and the last term. So let's get the square root. So a squared and then the square root of 4. So square root of a squared is a and the square root of 4 is 2. So last term and the first term are perfect square. So let's check the middle term. So kailangan mag-equal. So kapag minultiply ko si first term tsaka si last term at minultiply ko sa 2 at nag-equal sa 4a, so it means this is a perfect square trinomial. So 2 times a times 2. So this is equal to 4a. So it means nag-equal yung dalawa. So yung a squared minus 4a minus 4 is a perfect square trinomial. So to factor this, so kunin nyo yung square root ni first term at yung square root ni last term. Then get the sign of the middle term, which is minus and then squared. So this will be our factor, or a minus 2 times a minus 2. So both are correct. Number 2, 9m squared plus 12m plus 4. So let's check first kung yung first term at yung last term ay perfect square. So si 9m squared tsaka si 4, perfect square sila. So let's get the square root of the first and the last term. So square root of 9m squared, so that is 3m. Square root ng 4 is 2. Okay? Now, let's check dun sa middle term. So, kailangan pag minultiply ko si 3m tsaka si 2, at tinimes ko ulit sa 2, dapat 12m ang lalabas. So, 3m times 2 times 2 ulit. So, 3m times 2 times 2, so that is 12m. So, parehas ulit sila. So, it means 9m squared plus 12m plus 4 is a perfect square trinomial. Now, let's factor it. I-copy natin yung square root ni first term, so 3m, at yung square root ni last term. And then get the sign of the middle term, so plus, and then squared. Or 3m plus 2 times 3m plus 2. So 3m plus 2 squared and 3m plus 2 times 3m plus 2 are both correct. For the last, factoring by general trinomial. In factoring quadratic trinomials where a is equal to 1, so here are the following steps. Number 1, list down all the factors of the last term. Number 2, identify which factor pair sums up the middle term. Then number 3, write each factor in reverse as the last term of the binomial factors. So let's have these examples. So let's factor this using general trinomial. Okay, so number 1, x squared minus 3x plus 2. So this is a trinomial but not a perfect square trinomial. It is because yung last term natin ay hindi perfect square. So to factor this, so list down all the factors of the last term. So yung last term natin dito ay 2. So ang factors ng 2 ay 1 and 2, 2 and 1, negative 1 times negative 2, and negative 2 times negative 1. So, dito sa mga factors na to, identify natin sino dito kapag inad natin, ang magiging sagot is negative 3. So, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Negative 1 plus negative 2 is negative 3. Negative 2 times negative 1 is negative 3. So, it means, ito yung gagamitin natin. Now, let's write each factor in pairs as the last term of the binomials. So, ang factor ngayon natin dito is x minus 1 minus 2. So, the factor of x squared minus 3x plus 2 is equal to x minus 1 times the quantity x minus 2. Or, pwede rin kasing negative 2 tsaka negative 1. So, it could be x minus 2 times x minus 1. So, they are the same. So, let's have number 2, b squared plus 5b plus 6. Now, list down all the factors of the last term. Our last term is 6. So, the factors of 6 are 1 and 6. 2 times 3. Negative 1 times negative 6. Negative 2 times negative 3. And then, for all the factors na nakuha natin, ano dito yung magsasum ng equal to 5. So, add natin. So, 1 plus 6 is 7. 2 plus 3 is 5. Negative 1 plus negative 6 is negative 7. Negative 2 plus negative 3 is equal to negative 5. So, yung positive 2 tsaka yung positive 3, so, nag-come up sila ng sagot na positive 5. So, now, isulat na ngayon natin siya as factor. So, ang factor ngayon ni b squared plus 5b plus 6 is b plus 2 times b plus 3. Or, pwede kasi silang magkapalit, commutative property. So, b plus 3 times b plus 2. So, here are the answer. This is factoring quadratic trinomial with a is greater than 1. So, using the 6 steps. So, step 1, identify a, b, and c. Step number 2 is to multiply a and c. Step number 3, write down all the possible factors of a and c, or AC. Step number 4, identify which factors sums up to b. Step number 5, rewrite the original equation into 4 terms, splitting the middle term. Step number 6, use factoring by grouping. So let's have these examples. Let's factor this using general trinomial with a is greater than 1. Number 2. So 3x squared minus 7x minus 6. So again, using the 6 steps. So yung step 1, find a, b, and then c. Ang a natin ay 3, b is negative 7, c is negative 6. Next, multiply si a tsaka si c. So yun yung second step. So ac is equal to negative 18. Third step, ano yung mga factors ng negative 18? So negative 1 and 18. Positive 1, negative 18. So, pwedeng 3 times negative 6. Negative 3 times positive 6. So, pwede rin 9 times negative 2. At negative 9 times positive 2. So, sino dito sa 6 na to na kapag inad natin sila, ang magiging sagot ay negative 7. Negative 1 plus 18 is 17. 1 plus negative 18 is negative 17. So, hindi silang dalawa. 3 plus negative 6, negative 3. Negative 3 plus 6 is equal to 3. So, hindi rin sila. So, 9 plus negative 2, ang sagot dito ay positive 7. So, hindi ito. So, natitira na lang ay negative 9 plus 2. Pag inad natin tong dalawa na to, ang sagot ay negative 7. So, ito yung gagamitin natin para i-split yung negative 7x. So, yung bagong equation ngayon natin ay 3x squared minus 9x plus 2x minus 6. So, yung negative 9x plus 2x, same sila ni negative 7x. Parehas lang sila. Ngayon, so last step is to group. So, factor by grouping. So, ang greatest common factor ni 3x squared tsaka ni 9x ay 3x. Then, to find the other factor, divide. So, 3x squared divided by 3x. So, that is x. Negative 9x divided by 3x. So, that is negative 3. So, 2x tsaka si 6, ang common factor nila is 2. So, plus 2 times 2x divided by 2. So, x. Negative 6 divided by 2, negative 3. So, factor out yung common binomial natin. So, that is x minus 3. So, to find the other factor, so divide lang ulit. So, 3x times x minus 3 divided by x minus 3 is equal to 3x. 2 times x minus 3 divided by x minus 3 is equal to positive 2. So, our answer now is x minus 3 times 3x plus 2. So, ito yung factor natin sa 3x squared minus 7x minus 6. Okay.